Hello riders, Charlie here, and just taking my, well, I don't know how many bike rides I've taken now since I've started my journey, but had the bike 3 weeks tomorrow, and I have about 140 miles on the bike already. It's definitely getting me biking more often. So I started out today trying to come up with a format for what these episodes will be about. And the idea is to do an overall review similar to others. But what I want to also do is work with these e-bike manufacturers and have a place where people, particularly locally, can come and try out these bikes. But I know when I was first getting into the research and shopping of it, I looked a few times where I might be able to actually go try one, see how comfortable it is, and see if it'll work for me size wise. I found one location even remotely local to me, and it was, I think, 45 miles away. Okay, I guess you're gonna, thank you. Definitely doing work here. I started out with the bike off entirely, just to see what it'd be like if I had to pedal this thing. It's work. It's definitely doable though. It is a heavy bike, but there's heavier. I think even my non-e-bike is pretty heavy. I would bet it's probably close to 50 pounds. This is 66 with the battery. Put my gear on it. They're probably sitting at 70, 75, something like that is my guess. Anyhow, so the closest location I could find that even sold e-bikes, and limited at that, was 45 miles away, and the selection was very, very little. So my hope is to work with the right manufacturers to do some of these trial reviews on e-bike trial and host either events where I'll take out all my e-bikes provided by different manufacturers and people can try them out, or maybe one day I'll have a particular location they can come to where they can try it out as well. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit about my journey so far. So back in the middle of April 2024, we're currently, it is May 31st today, 2024. And in April, say around April 20th, 21st, somewhere around there. Ooh, bumpy. I went over to a friend's house. I took a trip to Florida. And I visited a friend in Florida. He had a pair of electric bikes. And he was showing his grandsons these things. I thought they were cool. I always wondered about them myself. And, smell those brakes. I always wondered about them, and he asked if I wanted to try it out. So I figured I'd take advantage of the opportunity. He had two electric XP 2s, I believe they were, and foldable bikes. So yeah, hopped on, and here we go. Okay, so back to my journey. So I decided to go ahead and try out the bike just up and down the street. It showed me the basics, and I was totally hooked at that point. I think they were maxed out at 20 miles per hour, but just going up the hill kind of was enlightening to me. With the pedal assist on and not having to just hurt and struggle to get up that hill. I know you can use gears to assist with that, which it helps, but the motor really takes off a heavy effort. Whoa, there's glass. And I'm not looking for a heavy effort style exercise. I'm looking to enjoy biking while getting some exercise. I'm trying to combine the two. I am overweight. I'm approximately 232 pounds right now. I'm 5'8", so I'm definitely a stocky fellow. Had some scares in the past year as I get older. I am 46 years old currently, and had a hospital visit back in December. Turns out it was stress induced, but it felt like a heart attack. Had a numb left arm, pain in my chest, pressure on my chest, sweating, nausea. It was all the symptoms that people describe them to be, so I decided I needed to get to the hospital at that point. It was refreshing to get a cleanish bill of health, I'll say. And I say that because they did a lot of tests. They didn't check extensively for blockage. And I'm going to turn right here only because it's new for me. We're on the Green Valley Forest Preserve Trail. So no significant blockage. Did a stress test and everything came back appropriately for my age. I'm just going to keep going right towards Naperville here in Lisle. See where I go here. And hope for the best here. Getting a late start. Usually I like to get out 5:30ish. Definitely got a late start here, which is why I'm on my own. Otherwise my wife would be with me. So had those scares back in December. Kind of got cleared, but it was an awakening. Like, I need to do something different. The wife got me a gym membership, and that's been good. And I've been wanting to bike. I used to run a lot and enjoy that a lot. I know that's not going to necessarily help me lose weight. It'll help with the cardio. It'll help with my heart health. Which all of that is good. But what it does for me, what running did for me, was it gave me clarity for the day. You know, taking in that oxygen at such a high level really got to my brain and helped me focus better, gave me a lot more clarity throughout the day. I was just sharper overall. sharper in my execution of my job, sharper with my own ideas, sharper with my conversation. Excuse me. All right, and I have allergies. Maintaining the trail. Alright, so I had a feeling this would go out to Naperville. I'm not sure where or how far. So part of my e-bike journey has been a sense of freedom. It's almost like being 16 and, well, 16 or 17, being that young teen, new driver, and having your own car. Trying to avoid all the cicadas, because this is the year of the cicadas, but I don't think there's any avoiding them. So you have that sense of freedom, or I have that sense of freedom, I'll say. I won't speak for everybody, but it's definitely given me that freedom to go places I would not have ventured to go before. Go distances I would not have gone before, certainly by myself. And just has helped me discover new places that I've never ridden. I've never investigated to see if they even exist. Let's see what we see here. What does this trail show? Where does it go specifically? Is there a UR here somewhere? Yeah, there it is. UR here. If I take that, it'll take me back. Yeah, it'll take me back around. If I take that, take me across and out. Like I said, it's given me a sense of freedom to go and explore and just get out there, especially on these trails that I never knew existed. There's so many of them, actually. A lot of them. Right in my own area. I don't even have to drive somewhere to get to these trails. I probably found, I don't know, 20 miles worth of trails just in my immediate area, my town and neighboring towns. So that's been exciting, and I haven't even covered all of them, which is why I'm going right now as we're talking down a trail I haven't done yet. Which way to go? Which way to go? I'm gonna go this way. I see a crosswalk over there. I might get lost today, actually. So, some health scares, seeing some friends in Florida, trying out electric bikes, wanting to bike myself. That's kind of been the journey that's led me here. And I'm going. So I was lost. I thought I was going a different route, but this is not the exciting route I was planning to take. It's probably the wise route for me to take this morning, since I got such a late start. and I've got to get to the office. Notes. Alright, so I put together kind of an agenda for an episode format for my trials, and they are reviews essentially, but with my own flair and inspired based on some other people's reviews and styles. So what I've got is kind of, and you guys can tell me if this is a good way to do it, or you guys have suggestions on maybe how I should do it differently. But start of the video, I plan on just having me ride the whole time, and then inject video or pictures of shift here. Okay, video or pictures to kind of illustrate things I'm touching on as far as my overview goes. I want to start with an overview of the bike itself, the style, the size, touch on some general key features such as the motor, the size and power, and then brakes, which seem to be a pretty key point, especially depending on the power that you have. Talk about lighting that's available on the bike, reflectors, like for example the one I'm on right now. Well, let's talk about that real quick before I go down the rest of the format. This is the EUY. On your left. Good morning. It's the EUY bike. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so this is the EUY bike. I don't know if it's EUY or just EUY stands for something. They are capitalized. And it's EUYbike.com. It's a decent website, and they have specific information about their bikes. First thing, let me say this about the company. And not even following my own format. But I gotta say how impressed I am with the quality of the bike and the quality of the service. And I'll elaborate on that. But they've definitely gained my trust. Let me start with the motor. Holy cicadas. Like 10. Gee whiz, they're just kamikazing everywhere. Holy cow. Morning. So let's start with the motor. This is a 750 watt motor. I think it's only 1,000 watt peak. I want to say 72 nanometers of torque. It definitely has enough power for me in the way of a bike. I'll get to the fact that I've been turned on to motorbiking more because of this. We'll get to that sometime, and I hope to do some reviews of maybe a Suron or VTP or what is it, Tierra? That doesn't sound right. Anyways, some of those electric dirt bikes that they have. Really interested. Really interested. Certainly not for this, but just for messing around in dirt trails with the kids. Alright, where am I? This is a parking lot. Alright, I remember taking Cadence here to do a camp out with troop. Can't remember the name of the troop. Anyways, back to this bike. So I truly believe it's a 750 watt motor. It's definitely got power. It's definitely got the torque. It gets me up the hills. So I'm pleased with that. This is a fat tire bike. I'm sure you can probably see that in the screen here. Not so sure how much you can see past the phone, but I'm pretty sure with the wide angle lens you can see the screen. There's the tire below there. You probably see my hands. Yeah, I imagine you see everything up front there. I was never a fan of fat tire bikes. I didn't understand the point. I thought it was just kind of stupid looking. However, of course, you do your research and you start to learn things. It's so cool to drive into these forests and the temperature drops instantly, like 20 degrees. It's really neat. On your left. Thanks, guys. This part is a really easy ride. It's downhill. It's just taking me for the most part. There's a lot of windies. We talked about the motor so far. Alright, next on the list is brakes. I'm gonna go right here. This is exactly where I wanted to come out to. Perfect. This should go across the street. Formerly a garbage dump. I talked about like creating like a ski lodge or something. Maybe that was just a weird rumor. I don't know. I don't know if they can do that. I don't know if it's a stable environment for them to have people on there, or the gases even that come out from there. So there's a ton of gases coming up from underneath the ground. Brakes. Let's talk about brakes. There's a trail right there, but that's on the inside of the fence, so it's not. Well, I don't know. It looks like a park style bridge. Brakes. Alright, so these have mechanical brakes, not hydraulic, which the thing about these bikes is I'm shopping for them. Even the same model. So this is the EUY NBX. N is in Nancy, B is in boy, X is in xylophone. And even this model, I've seen various brakes, various control panels. The body and the frame has been typically the same across the board. Okay, this is the one thing I like about the fat tire. I can ride on the gravel and not feel insecure about it. cut across here, jump on the trail. Definitely takes up some of the shock. It does have front fork shocks. It does have a seat shock. So on top of adding the shock absorption, it handles stuff in the roads. Gives you a little bit more security. I think I started talking about how I never was into fat tire bikes, but knowing what I know now, knowing the reasoning behind them, knowing the benefits of them, definitely for me. It was nice of him to wait for me. I didn't press the button to have him stop. So, as I was saying before I went back off to my fat tire commentary, the variations that I've seen in these bikes has been a lot. And it seems like one person does an unboxing, it's got this, another person does an unboxing, like within weeks, it's got something different. So it's almost like the old Forrest Gump. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So that was almost a fun aspect of waiting for the bike to arrive. Not knowing really what I was going to receive. And even with the manufacturer's website and the specs and the details there, for example, I did my unboxing. The specs, the picture on the website at this moment, I was there yesterday. Picture shows 160 millimeter disc brakes. I opened this box 3 weeks ago. It had 180 millimeter disc brakes. I'm not complaining. I wanted the 180 disc brakes, but it wasn't a deal breaker for me. I'm really glad that that's what I got. It gives me more stopping power, and I think it's necessary for this bike, for the weight, for what it can support, for my own weight. I think it's necessary. The fact that it's mechanical brakes over hydraulic doesn't necessarily affect me either way. Again, that was another thing. I wasn't certain what I was going to receive, because you read the description. I bought this straight off of Amazon. You read the description on Amazon, you got these different pictures. Well, there's a bunch of stock pictures there, and one of them mentions hydraulic brakes, but everything I could see from documentation indicated that they were mechanical. So I didn't have a lot of confidence that I would get hydraulic brakes. I certainly would have been fine with it. So you almost don't know exactly what you're going to get, and it's kind of exciting that way. But I will tell you, you can pretty much bank on the motor, the weight capacity, even the throttle style I saw was different. I saw thumb throttles, and I saw the quarter turn handlebar throttle, which is what I have right here. I definitely preferred the handlebar throttle to the thumb throttle. I thought it would be more uncomfortable if I did the thumb throttle. However, I find that I'm not using the throttle that often. I am pedaling a lot. I'm getting the exercise I want to get out of the bike. So it's been interesting seeing all these reviews, and doing all the research, not really knowing what you're going to get this time around, because they go through like different design builds, it seems. And I think I'm open here, so I'm going to go. Did get through a lot. Brakes, motor, the variations that you find. Acknowledged it has shocks. The front fork shocks are not adjustable. None of the shocks are adjustable. But it's nice to have something. Maybe something I'll upgrade in the future, or maybe on a different bike or something. I don't know. We'll see. I think the real message here about the bike I have, the message is that this bike that I purchased, the EUY bike, is a relatively inexpensive one. You know, when it comes to the gamut of prices, I purchased mine for, I want to say $749. Delivered. Let's look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful little lake. Called Hidden Lakes. Specifically known for fishing. Good morning. So I'm very pleased with this bike. It's got everything I needed to have. It's the package that I need right now. It's a great starter bike for me in the way of e-bikes. You know, honestly, I don't see this going away from being my overall general bike to ride for pleasure or even quick commute. To run something to the store, or go get a coffee or something like that. Morning. I think outside of this, it's going to be just exploring the different options that are there. I mean, this kind of has the overall package. There's an upgrade I'm going to make to this bike. Particular, I do plan to see, is this what I want? Ooh, steep hill, probably not. Go down a little further. Yeah, I'll go down to the apartments and come out there. I want to change out the crank. I think this is a 42 tooth crank. No, 48 tooth crank. That's what I saw. To at least like a 52, I think. And the reason I want to do that is to minimize or help eliminate the ghost pedaling. Like, I'm on pedal assist 2 right now on gear 7, which is the highest gear I have for this bike right now. If I go any faster than this right now, I'm going about 15 miles per hour. It's probably more like 13.5, because it says 15.5 right now. And I think I'm off by 2 miles per hour on this. So if I go any faster than this, say 16 miles per hour, I start to get to ghost pedaling. If I'm in pedal assist 3, 4, or 5, I'm just definitely ghost pedaling. But which means I'm spinning the pedals, but nothing's really happening. I'm not getting any kind of resistance. And I'm going to take this out here. So I do plan on making that upgrade to help with the ghost pedaling part. But overall, this is a really good general bike. I like the overall layout of it. It kind of looked funny with these straight out handlebars. But I think what I like about it is you don't feel so hunched over. It's more of a upright, enjoy your ride kind of bike. So I like that about it. Let me hit the button. So back to wrapping it up here. I enjoy this bike. I'm anxious and excited to explore further the e-bike space and the different applications, and hope to work with different companies and also be a source for you, so that you can really get a sense of what bike fits you, what you like about it, what you're looking for. Because that's really the key, is getting specific about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. What's your goal? Mine was get the exercise I need without overly exerting myself, and kind of have the fun of bike riding back. I also liked the idea of the throttle, because I've never owned a motorcycle. So I wanted the sense of a powerful bike that can go a decent speed. So maybe help scratch that itch a little bit, while I have something to also provide exercise for myself, and maybe, just ride more often, which I have done a ton. And as my wife said, the other day we went on a bike ride, 20-mile bike ride together, which, my wife doesn't ride bikes. She hasn't ridden a bike in years and years. And she got through the day and said to me, it's really addicting. I want to go out again. So she just enjoys it as much as I do, which is what I was hoping when I got these for us. I was hoping I could find something for both of us to just get out more like this, get away from our devices, maybe go on rides with the family, and get some exercise. So this accomplishes those goals for us. You got to figure out what your goals are, what your wants and needs are, your desires too. This is a fun thing. I really enjoy it. I have fun with it. Matter of fact, I'm going to crank it up to pedal assist 5 here in a little bit. And I'm going to just open throttle, and I'll be humming along between 25 miles per hour and 30 miles per hour. 2 reasons. One, it's fun, and two, I'm on not a major road, but a major enough road that I want to go and at least keep pace with the traffic. You know, they'll still pass because right now it's 25 miles per hour. I could definitely keep pace. Up here further, it goes to 30 miles per hour. I think they'll still pass me, but it won't be so great difference between my speed and theirs. So I will go ahead and record that as well, get a sense of the speed. Right now, going roughly 14 miles per hour. It says 15, but I guess the speed checker checked me at 14 miles per hour, so it sounds like I'm maybe one off. I have a car up on my left. Really encourage people to get a mirror. I had never had a mirror before, but it's just so comforting knowing and seeing what's coming behind you without having to turn around to look. I recommend a mirror for sure. That was an ad. Alright, coming up to where I'm going to go full throttle, because it goes 25 and then inches up to 30. So the past stop here. And it's my turn. Alright, I'm going up 5. Alright, here we go. And I am just pedaling at about 20 miles per hour, going uphill. 21. And if I push it, I can find a little resistance to help the bike along. 24. Now I'm going with traffic, the pace of traffic. And I'm just going to stay on the throttle now. Not much. Not very big. I'm 28 miles per hour. 29. Speed limit here is 30. Got another e-bike on our left here. Definitely on the roads. Got a motorcycle jacket on with armor. I've got a MIPS rated helmet. Don't turn in front of me, please. Thank you. So definitely want to stay safe. And I'm going to crowd across here. So I do try to take. I got a little turn signal built into my helmet here, and there's a remote on the handlebars. So I do try to take, bike-friendly trails. Ooh, I try to stay off the main roads as much as possible. There's just no reason to add risk. Speed is enough. I've got a big family. They all rely on me. There's just no reason to add risk for me. Hi, puppies. Bring it down because there might be people walking on a trail. When I'm on the trails, I understand they're walking trails too. I usually don't go above pedal assist 2, which takes me to roughly 13 to 15 miles per hour, which is generally what the speed limit is in these public parks, public trails. I think there's a time and a place for everything, and I think we need to do it together. We should be respectful of each other, considerate, and abide by just good citizenship. Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. So I close with this. I usually throttle at my last bits of home, just to wind down and to enjoy the ride of it. Keep riding.